Hello everyone, in this video uh, I'm going to show you installing and configuring Active Directory in Server 2008. This is part 2 of this video series. In part 1 we installed two new virtual machines, actually three new virtual machines, and installed Windows Server 2008 on them, configured IP addressing, and made sure that IP addresses are communicating with each other. Now, in this video, we're gonna verify the two servers client installed properly. We're gonna log on to DC1, install Active Directory, verify, and make a domain called CANIPS.local. We'll verify the domain installation. Then we're gonna log on to DC2 and CL1 and join them to the domain CANIPS.local. And then we're gonna install Active Directory on DC02 and verify that DC02 exists in Active Directory users and computers. So in this way, we're going to have two domain controllers and one client. So let's start. I'm going to jump back to VMware Workstation. I'm going to close this window just to have more room to work on. But just to show you, I have these three machines that I'm working on: DC1, DC2, DC3. So I'll close this. If you want to take that screen back, see that screen back, you can just click here and here. So now, as we made sure that server 1 is configured properly, server 2 is also configured properly, and client is also pinging. So now all we need to do is start with DC01. On DC01, since it is a workgroup, we're going to install Active Directory. How do you install Active Directory? We can install Active Directory by adding a role. So you can go down here and go to add role. Now this is initial configuration task. If somehow this is not, you don't see this, close this, it's like this. We can do everything from server manager here. But if you still need to see some initial configuration task, you can always go here, start, and just type a command called OOB. And as you type OOBE, it will open again initial configuration task. Initial configuration task is open. From here, you can add role. So we're gonna add a role called ADDS, and then run DC promo for installing Active Directory. Um, so let me close this. Let's do everything from server manager. So this is a professional way of doing it. So as soon as you close mission configuration task, it opens this automatically. Let me server manager. In server manager, first of all, just make sure this, when you click here on server manager, it shows you your computer name, it's a workgroup, it's not a domain, and your IP address. Here, it is also showing you some of these settings as well. It shows you Windows firewall settings. I would go, and what I will do, so we need to shut down these firewalls, but we'll do that later. For now, let's add the role. So how do you add the role? Start server manager, and then within server manager, go to roles, and within, as soon as you go to roles, all you need to do is add role. As soon as you add the role, now I can see the screen. Let me make it full size. I can make it full size right from here, that I can see the screen. All I need to do is next. For installing Active Directory, I need to add this role. It will just let these be selected. Next, and next, and install. It will take few minutes depending on how fast your computer is. It might take more time. Um, I would strongly recommend getting an SSD for your laptop because it can make your laptop very fast. Um, take few minutes here. Now my other machines are right here. So here, second server, third server. It is still a work group. Why is it a work group? Because it is not joined to a domain. Why? Because domain was not there to start with. I'm installing the domain here on this machine. As you can see now, adding role wizard is finished. I can close it or make sure, or I can run DC promo right from here. I can run DC promo right from here because after adding role, we need to run DC promo. But if, for example, you close it, you can also run DC promo just from here. DC promo, you just write DC promo. It's the same thing as running from here or here. So if you run the DC promo for the very first time, it will install Active Directory. But if you run DC promo on a running DC, it will remove Active Directory. So it does the opposite. If Active Directory is there, it will remove it. If it is not there, then it will install it. Now, I'm starting the wizard and you can see that in roles, it is showing me these red marks. These red marks are not that they're not completely working. It is just that it might need more components to be installed. So this is here it is stopped. So we go to next and next. So I'm installing Active Directory now. I added the role. Next one is running DC promo wizard. DC promo means domain controller promotion. Next, next. Um, no need to do anything here. Next. Actually, you have to set this up. So automatically correct problems by installing DNS services. Active Directory needs DNS. There was no DNS, so it would automatically install DNS for us. So we don't have existing forest. We have new domain and new forest. Okay? Now this is an important error. I would have fixed it before, but I wanted to show you that you will receive that error message. Now this error message is saying that the local administrator password on this server is blank. So local administrator password must be set to something. So for this, I need the local admin. So now all I need to do is go to same server manager. So for now, I'll just click OK, leave this here, go back to server manager, go to local users and group, go to users, and here I need to set up the password. So proceed, and here I would set it up as password 1, capital, capital, and I would set it up as. So again, I went to configuration, wizard, users, and right click setup password. Now this is not enough. I have to log off and log back in with this. So let me log off from this machine. I'll cancel this or going log off. Log back in as local administrator. So here press this, or you can press Control Alt Insert. Both will work, and make sure you select administrator. And here, not this one actually, um, press here for this one and use your local administrator password. Now, as soon as you log in, then again we need to rerun DC promo. Now, since the role was already added, I can open Server Manager, make sure how does it look like. Role, I can see Active Directory domain services, but DC promo was not run successfully. Now to run that, all I need to do is DC promo. Enter. Again, the same wizard starts, and next, select this, next, select new forest, new domain. Now it's not giving me error message. Now this is the domain name. I would name it canips.local. Next. This will be your domain name for this domain. Now it is very difficult to rename this domain later on, so make sure you have a proper domain name. Once this is done, this is forest functional level. We'll leave that as is for now, and then next and next. Here, click yes. This is where Active Directory file will be stored, and it is asking for restore password. So restore password will be, I'm using the same password for this. This is restore mode. If you ever need to restore Active Directory, this password will be used. And next. Now it will take some time, maybe several minutes to complete. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the video here, and we'll resume the video once this is all done. So um, let me go back to the recording here. Oh, I did. So it took few minutes, and it is now complete. Once it is completed, click finish, restart now. The machines will be restarted now. This server is completely converted from just a standalone machine to a domain controller. So domain controller is a server that has Active Directory installed in it, and the procedure for installing Active Directory is run add the role ADDS and then run DC promo. We had seen one error message that was blank password administrator. We changed we changed that password. We assigned a password to administrator. Then we rerun the DC promo, and now it is installed. So the very first time it is when it starts after installing, it is applying computer settings, and I want to show you that now when we log in, we'll log into the domain. Whenever you need to log into a domain, always in username, we will type CANIPS slash administrator. So CANIPS being our domain slash administrator means that I need to log in to a domain. Now while this is going on, let's go to DC2. Here I do see IP address DC2, it is still a work group. Now we're going to join this machine and this machine as well. In order to join this machine, all we need to do is go here, change, and domain change to CANIPS. Now before I press OK, I need to make sure that this is back. No, this is not back yet. Until this comes back, I'll have to wait here. So I'll wait here, and let me bring the Windows 7 machine to this step. So I'm also need to join Windows 7, and for that I need to go open this Explorer, right click on Computer Properties, and here click on Change Settings. Before that I can show you this is a work group. I need to join it to a domain. Same thing as server, change in domain. I'm gonna type Linux. And we see this, it is still applying settings. Now since the server is started, maybe it can work. Let's try it. If I click OK and it asks for username and password, and here I need to provide the domain and a administrator account and password. This is the domain admin. This is the password, username password that we set here on this server. Click OK. Now if everything is fine, it will give me welcome to the domain. I'll do the same thing here on this and provide username and password, and done. Here it is still trying. Okay, so DC is logged in. Now how do you verify if this DC1 has Active Directory? Number one, that it shows me that it is a domain CANIPS. Secondly, if I go down in roles, it shows me Active Directory. And thirdly, if I go here, administrative tools, I can see these new additions. So Active Directory, we always manage Active Directory from here. Active Directory users and computer. Let's open this. This shows me my domain is installed. It's showing me default containers. Here, it gave me error message. So it's saying wrong username and password. Let me try again. So it is administrator password one. And here it says welcome to the domain. So this means this machine is joined. All you need to click press OK, close, and restart it now. In the meantime, while this, I'll go to DC1. Here it is still trying. Server, oh, I got the message. It is joined to domain, so welcome to CANIPS. And this machine will restart once. Restart. Now we have two machines joined to Active Directory. This is and this is. In order to log into this one, Control Alt Insert, or you would see you just click this. Now never log into this one. If you log in here, it means that you're logging into the local machine. I need you to log into domain, and for that you need to switch user, other user. In username will type CANIPS, the domain name, and slash administrator. And here I would say password one, welcome screen, it is logging in. On this machine also the same thing will log in. Do we need to log in here? No. Because if you log in here, then it will log in, you're logging into local machine. I want it to log into domain. For that, I'll press other user, CANIPS, administrator, and password. Password one. And here, now so we verified Active Directory is working fine because AD Active Directory users and computer, we can open it here. Secondly, we join these two machines, verify that it is part of a domain, and this one is also part of a domain by going into my computer properties. So if you go here and go there, it is showing. But how do you verify from Active Directory that these two machines are part of Active Directory? For that, we need to go into Active Directory, users and computer. Go into computer, it shows me both machines, CANF DC2, CANF CL1, which is this one and this one, now part of computers OU. And how many domain controllers do I have? I have only one domain controller here. So according to our plan, we wanted to add another domain controller, which is this one. So here I'm going to add the role and run DC promo again so that I can have two domain controllers and one client. But now as you can see, I have only one domain controller and two clients. So in order to install Active Directory on the second one, all you need to do is go down here, add role. We can run it from server manager as well, but I'm going to do it from add role here. And since I don't see this, I'm going to expand. I'm going to expand the screen. And how do I expand this? Right from, it's here. Yes, here. Expand, next, add ADDS role. Um, actually, Active Directory will automatically add DNS. Next, and install. Again, it will take few minutes to add the role. Once role is added, then it will take to further few minutes to run DC promo. Once DC promo is done, this will be a second domain controller. So we're gonna have two domain controller, one client. So on this one, again, role is added. Now I need to run DC promo. DC promo, run again, next, and next. Here I'm not gonna create a new domain because I already have a domain. I'm gonna select this for the second domain controller and then add add a domain controller to existing domain. Not this. I'm not creating a domain. I'm creating a second domain controller in existing domain. So this one and next. It, it is showing me that I need to, this will be second domain controller in this, and credential will be used the domain administrator credentials, next and next. And now it is installing Active Directory. So here it is a DNS server, it's a global catalog server, not a RODC. We'll go next. Click yes here, next, restore password, next, finish. It is again installing Active Directory, won't take long. Now based on computer resources, it might take long, just wait until it is finished properly. We can select this option. Once this finishes, it should reboot automatically. So since it won't take long, I would just wait. I won't pause the video. Rendering DNS server service on this computer. So it installed Active Directory. Now it is restarting. And what do we need to do? I need to go back to DC and let's see, refresh this. I have only one client now, and once the second machine comes back, I would see second domain controller here. Okay, you just refresh and you see second domain controller. One domain controller, second domain controller. Once it comes back, it will be a second domain controller. We have a client machine that is joined. So in this video, what we did, we installed Active Directory on first one, then we joined both of the machines to this one, and then we installed Active Directory on second one. Now we have two domain controller, one client. In order to complete all this, you need to complete part one of the video in which we configured IP addresses, verified communication. Uh, Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.